Hello, my beautiful people. It's great to be with you again. You're wondering why I'm laughing. I have to laugh, and this is what brought me to make this video. I have to. Don't mind me. I've been meaning to make the video. Yeah. Oh, I know. I start all my. Yeah, I've been meaning to make this video, but it's the truth. I've been meaning to do a video for quite a while, but this one. I have to do it because of this story that I'm going to start with. Hi, my beautiful people. My name is Bola, and today, Twitter has been going through. People have been going through a meltdown because. What is this story? Okay, first of all, what is this story that is making everywhere scatter? Okay, the Hollywood actor Ashton Kutcher and his wife Mila Kunis just announced. No, they didn't announce. They were talking. They were on a talk show, and actually they were on a podcast. And while they were on the podcast, they just opened up and I don't know. In conversation, they opened up and said that they don't bath every day. In fact, they don't bath, as in bathe, as in. Yeah, you heard me right. They don't. With soap and water every day. They don't. Neither do they bathe their children. They have 2 children. And even if they see dirt on their face, on their body, they just take something and clean it off. Hey! Okay, Ashton did admit that he does clean his armpits and his nether regions. And Mila said, okay, she does wash her face. But that's her part. You don't used to, as we say in Nigerian English, they don't used to have their part. People wanted to go crazy, especially black people. Black people wanted to have a meltdown. Black people that have bath twice a day. Oh yes, in the morning when they wake up, before they go to bed, they have their bath. A lot of black people, especially in Africa, especially in Nigeria, yes. By the time that Lagos hits with perspiration, body odor, when you go out in the sun with the grime and the dust, then you come back, then you jump into bed, then you wake up again, you go, no, it's not possible now. Haba. Have you seen African women bathing their children, Nigerian women bathing their children outside? Both the ones outside and the ones inside, they hold them like this with sponge and soap. They do as if they are washing the car. Scrub them. They exfoliate. And you now wonder why black does not crack. That's the secret. Then they use soap, cream, body cream. A lot of white people say they don't bath. And people are going crazy. In fact, there's this there's this popular Nigerian American author. Her parents are Nigerian, but she was born in America, grew up, and she's a best-selling author. She was almost fainting. She said, she had to go and bring sponge. That sponge that that's nylon sponge that is kind of like knitted together and is long like this. She had to bring it and say, white people, please, this is what they use. They put soap on it and they scrub on your body with warm water and wash it out, wash off the dirt. And they don't that you have to have your bath. So me, I was laughing because I don't know. I've heard a long time ago why people don't like to. I don't know that they don't like to. They don't bath. They don't. And I'm telling you, from medieval times, even from medieval times, oh yes, they don't. Because I've heard a long time ago that the pilgrims that came, the ones that discovered America that was there since, the ones that discovered America, that when they came, the Indians that they met there, so much for discovery, but I digress. The Indians that they met, the Native Americans that they met in America were quite shocked because they said that all of them were smelling horribly. That they don't, yes, It's there. It's all on account. They are the Indians, the sorry, I don't call them Indians. The Native Americans have written accounts on how they were all smelling pretty bad. You know, that is one. Even the Moors. The Moors, when those were the people in the North Africa that eventually invaded and conquered Europe, many parts of Europe, especially Spain and all that. They said they were the ones that showed them that they introduced soap to them and discovered a lot of them were not bathing. And not just that, a lot of them used to sleep in the same room, in the same, they didn't have all those fancy houses like that, in the same barn with their horses, their cows, their goats. They sleep with all their animals, all of them put it together. They sleep with their animals. Can you imagine how they were stinking? Even one king of France, there's one king in the 17th century, King Louis of the 17th century. It's all these things I'm saying. I'm not just spewing. It's all Google checkable. Go and Google it. The 17th century King Louis of France had only bathed three times in his entire life. They don't bath. I don't know. That is what they are saying. So okay, this Nigerian American lady, she was so shocked by this information, so she now puts a kind of poll. She just puts on her Twitter account. She now said, okay, this is what I heard about Mila Kunis and the husband. They said they don't bath, and her husband Ashton, that they don't bath. Is that, what do you people think about it? Do you know what they said? They said they have wash days. And people said they bath 3 times a day. A day. A week. Many people, many Oyinbo people that came on this thing, they said, oh, they have wash days. They have 3 times a week. They bath like 3 times a week. They don't bath every day. Some said they bath every other day. In fact, I also think the girl is, the lady is, I think she's also OCD. She was like, bruh, I have trust issues. That she has trust issues. So the thing has just been very funny to me. That's hilarious. My goodness. Well, I'm not being racist or anything. Yeah, I think it's a cultural thing. Because also I am not in any way siding those people that don't bath, but in the temperate region, like in the western part of the world where it is colder, and because of that, and you don't really see dust the way you see in Africa, the way you see at least in West Africa, the way you see dust, you don't really see it like that here. So maybe, and also because of the weather, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand the reason. I think it's also a cultural thing. According to Mila, she said Mila came from Russia, Ukraine. Earlier, she grew up in Ukraine, and she said they didn't really have much money, and so they could not really afford hot water, so they never bathed. Jesus is Lord. The thing just sounds even scary when I say it out of my mouth. How can you open your mouth and say, hey, don't you see? It is well. It is well. Moving on. Yay! This one does not have anything to do with film industry. For me, I have to brag about this one. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the MVP. Winner of the NBA. Wow. Give it up for Giannis. Give it up for Giannis. No. That is amazing. The basketballer Giannis Antetokounmpo, I'm really proud of him. He did it proud. I was, I had come across his name. I'm not really a basketball fan, and all that. I'm not really into basketball, even into sports really. But once in a while, when the noise is too much, you have to peep in and say, what is going on? What is really going on? So I just came across this guy, Giannis. I don't need to tell you all about his life history. If you want to find out about that one, Google is your friend. YouTube too it's your friend. You can go and find out about that one. But Giannis came from Greece. He's a Nigerian. His parents are Nigerian, was born in Greece, brought up in Greece, and crossed over to the US to play basketball. And even, he's now the MVP. I'm so proud of him. So proud of him because of the, so much adversity that he had to overcome. People don't really realize what it means to be an immigrant in a world, in the West. They don't understand how challenging, how challenging the odds are. The odds that you need to overcome, So for him to have overcome those odds and risen to the zenith of where he is today, no, it's not. That is not, as we say, it is not beans. Another thing that I'm proud of him. A lot of things I say, they always say he's from Greece. Yes, I understand he's from Greece, but I will also say he's also very Nigerian. His story is so typically Nigerian. So very Nigerian. If only, sometimes I just look at him, I understand I really understand where he's coming from. The drive. Oyinbo people do not, white people, Oyinbo is, what I mean by white people. They don't understand the drive of a Nigerian that has seen, when you are a Nigerian and you are running a race and you've seen the finish line and they told you that, you are coming from so many, how do I put it? So many obstacles, so many challenges. Then finally you get to a point where, okay, I'm on a plain path that I can now succeed with the rest of the world. You understand? Because of the setbacks and roadblocks that our wonderful people ruling the country, put for you. Things that are very basic. If you don't do like this to get them, it's so tough. So when you come to the Western world, and you just see the opportunity, and they just tell you that if you can do this, and you just say, this one is not as crazy as where I'm coming from now. Just this. Watch me. That is it. That is that aggression that I could see so clearly in him. And I saw that they said, when he was in Greece, that he was selling watches with his brothers, he was selling things on the streets. If they don't sell, they won't have food to eat. That he was really struggling, suffering with his brother. I was laughing. In the words of one of those funny Instagram, that one is normal now. That is normal. That is normal. A lot of working class Nigerian families. Normal now. You put the tray on your head, they get the oranges or whatever, and go and hawk in the sun. Many of them bare feet. That's back home. I'm not saying Giannis. Many of them barefoot, without shoes, and you hawk up and down in traffic. And when you have finished that tray, you go home. That's what is out of there that your parents are gonna have food to eat. So obviously the parents kind of like had to do that, when they were in Greece. They sent the 4 boys out to go and sell stuff, and when you bring, how much did you make? Okay, so that training. But I just feel that it might seem like wickedness. It was survival, and I feel that it was part of that training that Giannis, he was built. Sometimes when you are built in adversity, then you come into a place and you just see that He said, if I wake up in the morning, I'm not saying it was easy. I wake up in the morning, I train, I do this and I do that. I'm going to achieve this result. Okay, hold my drink and watch me, And I'm so glad that things turned out for him and things worked out for him, You know, it's just amazing. You know, I'm so glad. Anyway, that is just one of those things. So another thing coming up, King of Boys. Wow, King of Boys, finally. Finally, I gave that look because the way they've been tantalizing us on this King of Boys of 18. Finally, King of Boys. King of Boys is has been released. Yes, on Netflix. So it's supposed to have been released yesterday. Yeah. And it's a 7 parts. Yeah, it's 7 part. Yep. It's a you know, it's in series. It's a 7 part series, which is good because the last one that she did was 3 hours. Even though we didn't feel it, but it was long. But we're really looking forward to this one. So expect me to. I have not watched it. I've not gone to check it out yet. But from the teaser, you know now, you know Kemi doesn't play games like that. And for those people that have watched it, the few people that have already seen it before it has come out, all of them are raving about it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Well done, Kemi. You know, I'm already telling you, well done. I know you're not for my hand. You can't fit. You don't fit for my hand. King of Boys. King of Boys 2. Sorry, there's already King of Boys. This one is King of Boys 2. Yes. It's in a series, so we're gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch out for that. Get back to you on that. Okay, what else is up? Big Brother Naija is on, and I'm already seeing some interesting people coming out. I've seen some interesting people. Some of them I've been seeing them on social media. Some of them, one or two of them are new. But well, let's see. It's gonna be something interesting. Let's wait and see. Let's just wait and see. Big Brother Nigeria. Okay. Okay. It's okay. Oh, next we have Loving Rona. That's a new movie that just came out. No, it hasn't just come out. Excuse me. Let me correct that. Loving Rona is coming out on. It's coming out in cinemas August 20th. Loving Rona is a movie that's gonna come out in cinemas, you know, August 20th. I'll talk more about it later, but just keep that on your calendar. All cinemas nationwide in Nigeria, so try and watch out for that. It stars Gideon, Okeke, Meg, Otanwa, you know, so many other wonderful actors. I'll tell you more about that in you know, the next episode.